Quality.
Oh, you started the third time. Welcome to the weekly tea for the third time on this beautiful Saturday. Quality is back. I'm your boy Joshua Prophet. That's Miss Kenya Mack in the center, and Miss Miracle Monique all the way to the left of the screen. Shout out to Mayday. He said he's first. I love it.
Amen.
Happy weekend. Amen. So be it. I hope everyone's having a happy weekend. We got a great show lined up for you guys. Before we get into it, though, I need y'all to for the algorithm. Because we're on a mission to spread some practical religion. We have a ton of great topics that we're going to delve into today. Hard to hear us over the music. Oh, okay. So it says hard to hear us over the music. So we turn the music off. So we're good. We're good now. So let me know that you can hear me good in the chat, Mayday, and we will proceed on. Before we do that, though, how's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
I bet. but I'm doing really, really well. No complaints here at all.
Blessed and highly favored.
Absolutely.
I got you. She said, so you only hear the man, though. Wait, what? So you only hear me? Can you hear?
Can you guys hear us? Oh, that'll be
Testing.
Counter.
I hear them all, too. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Great.
You can hear us all.
Thanks.
Okay, so we can proceed as normal. So, we got some great topics. The first topic we're going to get into, though, is we're engaged. Kenya and I are engaged. I popped the question on
Wednesday.
Da, da, da,
on
da.
Hump Day. Yeah, it was. We set it up at my mom's house. She thought she was just coming over to eat a nice hearty meal like she's done so many times. But little did she know, I was going to perform a song that I had wrote for her, and that was going to lead into me popping the question. And we're going to react to the video here in just a second. But first, before we do that, how you feeling, Kenya?
I feel great, obviously, as you can tell from my cheeks poking out, but
Yeah, they ain't swollen.
they're not swollen.
All smiles, all the time. I love it.
Yeah, but I feel really good. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how this engagement will go, and I'm excited to be your fiance. Period.
Ooh, a whole Beyonce.
A whole fiance.
I love it.
How do you feel, Miracle?
Oh my God. When I first heard about this, I didn't believe it because I just saw Kenya like an hour before that. So I was like, there's no way. What are you talking about? I would have seen, because Alan is the one that told me. So I was like, are you tricking me? Are you serious? Maybe you misunderstood. Did Josh tell you? I've heard nothing, seen nothing. What are you talking about? And I was about to go to bed because I was just having a day. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I get on Instagram and I'm seeing pictures of a proposal. Then a caption that said, she said yes. And I'm like, what? So I feel so excited for you guys. Like, I love engagements, weddings, marriage, like everything, you know? So I'm so excited to see how this is going to go for you guys. Praying for you, of course, at all times, that this is a long-lasting, beautiful marriage. And yes, of course, we'll always be there to support.
Oh, thank you. That was so beautiful. Now, thank you, Mayday. It says congrats on the engagement. He also said, I didn't believe they weren't already engaged.
I swear.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, a lot of people always told us we act like an old married couple.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, so now we get to work towards, being that old married
Wow.
couple.
I'm going to cry.
In due time, hopefully within the next year or so. So we're going to see how Kenya reacted to the whole thing and how this whole thing unfolded. We will have an official proposal video that comes out hopefully tomorrow if I get everything finished with pictures and a lot of different other cut scenes. But this is just kind of the raw footage from the 3 cameras that we captured the moment on. So we'll pause it. So if you guys want to take a pause for the cause and add your 2 cents or ask Kenya what she was thinking or what was going on with how we set something up, feel free to interject.
What's happening?
That little wave.
Hello, Miss Kenya.
Hi, babe.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, there we go. I got a little song I'll sing for you.
All right.
All right.
What is going
How
on?
do you know?
This is something serious, maybe I'm delirious, but I thank God for every single second that I spend with you, cause this is something serious. Or maybe I'm delirious. This is something serious, woman of my dreams. Someone better pinch me, this can't be reality, cause this is something serious. Smile or frown, girl, I'm 10 toes down for you. I surround you, in love you'll drown, my boo. We wear crowns, got that royal attitude. You're my queen and we royal priests. Let's rule. Under God, we ride. Under God, till we die. Under God, we ride. Under God, till. Hold up.
So Miracle, I see you laughing over here. What's going on?
No, I'm having so many feelings right now. Like, oh my God, this is so cute. You got me tearing up right now because it's so cute. I can't. Like, it's not a laugh. It's more like a
my
what?
goodness. Yeah.
Like a shock. Like, I don't know.
Oh, we still got a whole verse to get through. So
Oh my God.
So what was you thinking up until this point?
Up until this point, well, I definitely saw the box, so I was like, okay, he must be proposing. And I was really just like, I don't know, taking it all in. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the part where he put the mic to my mouth, and I just completely like was not going with the words because I forgot because I was in shock.
Yeah, she was like, I forgot the words. It's like, I don't know.
Oh.
That was funny. It was really funny, but it was a good moment.
Yeah.
And that's why we just put the actual track over. Because I was singing the song anyway.
That's hilarious.
There you go. But
Oh.
yeah, my mom and I joked actually that she was like, "You think she'll know?" Or because we debated, or she was kind of like, "Should we leave the ring out?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, it would be crazy to do all this and then just not propose and be like." Gotcha. You know what I mean?
That would have been, I would have fought.
I would have been like, oh, that was
welcome
cute.
to dinner on
I'm like,
Wednesday
right.
night, November 29th. Yeah, that would have been crazy. So I was like, I mean, it's cool to have the ring out there. Plus, then I wouldn't have to worry about fumbling out of my
trying
pocket.
to pull it out.
Because
True.
I had on jeans and they've just been sticking out, so it wasn't like she wouldn't have noticed anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, what's that? So
Good call, recognizing all that.
What about you? What were you like thinking up until this point?
Yeah.
I was thinking I need to execute the plan. I was in the moment.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's
Yeah.
funny. Okay.
My mom was like, "Hey, don't be nervous." I'm like, I think you're more nervous than me now, right now. than me right now.
Yeah,
So
your
you weren't
mom was
nervous at
cheating.
all?
I mean, I was like nervous, but the type of nervous you get before like sports or something.
Okay.
Competition. It wasn't nervous in the sense of like, oh my God, because I knew she was gonna say yes. Like we had talked about this, we had been building up to this.
Yeah, of
so
course.
it wasn't like when you see in the movies, like, oh my God, I'm sweating bullets. Is she
Yeah.
gonna say yes? How's she gonna react? I was just hoping that the moment was going to be perfect for her. So
The
I
way
was
you
worried-
envisioned.
Yeah, so I was worried about executing in
Okay.
that fashion. So it was more like game face, game time.
I like
rather
that.
than like shaking in your boots. I hope everything just with like a hopeful, wishful thinking type nervous. So, yeah. All right, let's continue.
We die, capiche capuche, that stays between me and you. Inside jokes, only us know. Yo, I was thriving solo, but then I saw a light, and out appeared from it an angel. You so sweet like them oranges, it's fitting you rock a halo. Whoa. If you ever get low, I'm there to lift your spirit. You were wonderfully made, your imperfections make you perfect. Don't ever forget it, we go deeper than the surface. Cause when we cuddle, you still hold me with good conversation. Wow! You make my heart smile. Won't you stay a while, like, till we're saying vows? Why I want you walking down the aisle could list 1,000 reasons. You make me a better person.
Kenya?
Yes, babe.
You want to spend the rest of your life with me?
Heck freaking yes.
Will you marry me?
Yes, babe.
She said yes. It's not.
Oh my God, I can't.
I need a tissue.
Can we get a tissue over here, sir?
Alan,
Alan, if you don't mind.
we need to clean up on set. Clean up on set.
If you don't mind. Can you need a tissue?
While they're collecting themselves together,
Yes.
shout out to Mayday. So this man had a whole set. So
A
yeah,
whole
shout out
set.
to my mom. So I ordered some flowers. That was part of the set, and the florist had options where you can have like a bear and some chocolates and all these different things. So I was like, you only get engaged once, well, hopefully. So
Right.
So I was like, yeah, let's just get all of that. And the florist called and was like, well, what's the occasion for? And I was like, I'm getting engaged. Well, I said a proposal, but I said that to be dramatic. Anyway, she's like, oh, okay. And so they called me back later and was like, oh, it's on the truck. We made it really nice for you since it was for the proposal. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So it showed up at my mom's house, and so we decided to put it on a little table beside the chair. And she was like, we need like some palms and like some trees. And she wanted to roll out like the little red carpet little runner that we had. And so, yeah, that's how we put the set together. And then we had a camera. My mom has a balcony outside, and she was like, originally we were setting it up as if it was going to be light, and then we realized, oh, it gets dark at like 5:30. She's not going to be over here till 6:30, so we were like, oh, I'm going to have to go get my lights. So I went and got all my lights.
Wow.
And then we put a camera up on the balcony, because I know Mayday said, who filmed it all? He said, so we had a still camera up on the balcony. We had what else did we have? We had a camera that was just a still shot that was kind of placed down below, and then Jacob was walking around with my third camera.
Oh.
And just filming everything and making sure everything was, in its proper place. So, yeah. That's how it was filmed, and I think the video turned out pretty well as well. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
They died or something, which is, I don't know how. But, you don't have to call me Mayday, by the way. Okay, Michael. I'm sorry. Oh, I see Mayday pop up, and I'm just like, oh, Mayday. It's easy to say Mayday. So, he said Oscar performance. Appreciate that, my guy.
It really was.
But yeah.
Need to drop an album, Josh.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm telling you.
Oh, you have no idea. I have
Like-
so many songs.
I think I briefly heard a snippet like years ago, and I'm like, Josh makes music?
Yeah,
What?
I made a lot of music.
So,
I was about to tell him to show you. We need a camera on YouTube. Right now.
yeah.
So, I guess Miracle. I need you in my Spotify rap, Josh. I have a Spotify. It's called Prophet X. Some songs in there. They're decent. There was like kind of when I was first starting out, but the stuff that I would put out now is like 10 times better than that. So. But you can go search Prophet X on Spotify or whatever.
Apple Music,
whatever DSPs, and you'll find some stuff that I'll put out there. But yeah, my goal for 2023 is to put out a lot more music and to at least put out one.
2024.
2024 next year?
Jeez. I'm old.
I feel it.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but.
Okay, well, watch out for the new music.
So, Miracle. Yes. Give us your thoughts while I fix Kenya's camera.
Man, oh my God. Like I said, I had so many feelings just now. I was about to cry. I'm such a sap. Like, this... I absolutely loved it. I love the song. Like, when did you even write that song? It was when you guys first got together?
Yeah,
Or-
it was very shortly after we got together.
Okay, okay.
We
Like
started
2 years
dating. Yeah, we started dating in February. He wrote it wasn't it like for my birthday, like before my birthday or something like that.
Yeah, because I wrote the first. I've written 2 songs.
Yeah.
And the first song was for Valentine's Day. It's called "I Prayed," for you,
Yes.
basically.
Oh.
And then the second song was that one. It was called "Serious." Like, oh no, I'm serious about you. So,
What made you decide which song to do for this proposal?
mainly to do with the lyrics. So,
Okay.
I knew that the lyrics to "Serious" were going to lead into like "Will you marry me?" a lot better than the "I Prayed for You" lyrics.
Okay.
Because the serious song is more about like, oh, I'm serious about marrying you and spending my life with you.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah,
gonna cry.
I Prayed for You is more like, oh, you're the girl I've kind of been
Yeah.
looking for, but we'll see. Because we had just started like.
It was like right after we started dating, like
We hadn't
a
even
couple
started,
days.
Have we started dating by then?
Valentine's Day.
This is
No,
the day after Valentine's
it had to be a day after Valentine's Day.
Oh, so y'all weren't even officially together yet
don't
until
think so.
after Valentine's Day.
So we had Valentine's
Yeah.
Day, 14th. That was
Because our
Our
anniversary is the
anniversary
16th.
So I guess not. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, geez.
So you wrote the song before Valentine's Day.
The first song, yeah.
Oh, so you knew before y'all even got together, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Like
the
officially.
The first week was kind of crazy. The
It
first week
was.
felt like a year.
Oh, I love that.
It was one of those deals.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
What do they call that? Like quantum time stuff. I don't know. They say it better than me. I don't know. Basically how, time could feel different with the one you love and everything
Oh,
when
yeah.
you first meet that person or even after, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when we first met or had like a real conversation where it was just me and him in
Yeah.
the studio, it was like hours.
Yeah, and then she invited me to Rigby's to go skating.
oh,
She didn't have enough. She just couldn't get enough of Josh.
she couldn't get enough of Josh. I
was
feel
being
it.
friendly. That's what I was doing.
You were, what is that? It was a mating call. That's what that was.
Well, they call it, no, that was the wrong word. I was going to say peacocking, but that's not the right word.
It was literally a mating call. I was like, oh, she must be.
You know what's
feeling it a
funny?
little bit.
What's funny is I remember when we went skating that day, there was that little kid. You remember that kid? He was like, he kept like coming to us while we were sitting down. He was like, you guys are going to be married one day.
A little kid said that to you guys?
Yeah.
Kids be knowing.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, he must have had some like divine. I don't know. It must have just been Jesus or somebody speaking through him.
Maybe.
Because he was annoying.
He was.
He was so annoying.
Yeah. Kids are better receptors of the Holy Spirit, so I can definitely see that.
So they don't have a choice sometimes.
Facts.
They just be telling truth without,
He's like,
without
look,
even trying.
I don't even know y'all, but I just had to tell you.
It's
Y'all
like-
gonna be married.
It's like when those kids, when you try to show them like a man dressed up as a woman, and you're like, oh, it's a man, and they're like, no, it's not.
Right,
They just tell the truth.
They do. I've seen so many videos like that. I'm like, yeah, kids know. Kids know. They know without knowing.
Just have some common sense.
Exactly.
Like, you just gotta lose it.
He's like, you're not showing me what I thought. No, that's not it.
Like, are you?
Something's off.
Yeah.
Right? Something's off here.
Are you okay, Daddy? No, but yeah. We had a great moment, great week, and show him that ring. Show him that
Ooh,
ring.
we need to
Show
see
him the
it.
bling.
We need to see it.
Yeah, there it is.
You see it shining, y'all?
There it is.
You see the blingage?
I thought it was going to be like, I thought we could get it in 2 cameras. No, we're
That's
failing. We're failing.
yeah.
Just go
No,
back to
Josh
the
is failing right now.
It's hard to produce and do all this at the same time. But yeah, that is, we're engaged.
They're engaged, y'all.
It's crazy to say, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our crazy trending topics.
Stay
If you are
tuned.
watching the replay, check this video out next.
Woo!
Hey people,
Hey.
we're back. Make sure you
Yes, we are. We are back.
make sure you like for the algorithm.
Like for the algorithm.
And let's get into today's topics.
Woo!
Did you move my camera? Why is that other?
I don't know.
Maybe you repositioned yourself.
I don't think so because I
Oh.
don't think
There we
Was
go.
that camera always in the shot?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it. Now I gotta make sure Miracle's good. Okay, there we go.
Slight adjustments.
We're good. Mayday said that is a nice diamond.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
Thank you.
Good job, Josh.
I appreciate it.
Beyonce.
Yeah, I know you like saying that, don't you?
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So we're about to get into our next topic. Our next topic is Lady Ballers by Daily Wire. This is a movie that came out yesterday, and Kenya and I watched the premiere of it. Miracle did not get to see it.
Not yet.
Not yet, but that is not going to be an issue. We're going to give our honest thoughts about it. I thought the comedy aspect of it I thought it was good. It probably wasn't the funniest movie I watched. I would equate it to like Dodgeball and Semi-Pro, somewhere if you've seen Semi-Pro with, what's his name, Will Ferrell, and then Dodgeball, what's that guy's name?
Vaughn, something.
I always forget his name. But anyway, I thought the comedy wasn't quite up to that level. I mean, it was funny, and especially if you know some of the Daily Wire personalities, it makes it even funnier. But it was good from a comedy perspective. It wasn't great, but then the storyline was phenomenal, and how they tied everything together and how they brought it back at the end. So we're not going to spoil anything, but it was definitely worth the watch for sure.
Yeah.
And it does a beautiful job of making light of some of the crazy far left ideology that comes from the trans movement and all that stuff. So I mean, I thought it was good, especially when it's forced upon kids, which that was a very interesting how they had the 8-year-old kid. Basically Jeremy Boring plays this coach, and then his daughter's kind of the one that gives him all of the ideology and the education on what's hip and what people are thinking, and it's based on what they're being taught in school, which is kind of reflective of how things are trying to be turned in our actual schooling education system right now. So yeah. Michael said he asked if it was about the WNBA. It is not about the WNBA. It's actually about men playing men dressing up and identifying as women playing in women's sports, and then basically dominating and erasing them from the record books, which is absolutely absurd and shouldn't happen ever. And as a matter of fact, Leah Thomas is not going to be able to try out and make the Olympic team because the rest of the players or the rest of the team that would make it basically said, hey, if Leah makes it, we're just not going to go.
Stand your ground.
Protest.
Yeah, for real.
So I think that's a beautiful way of saying like, hey, we're not going to tolerate this, we're not going to stand for it. We want biological women to be competing against, other nations, they're sending out other biological women. Now, the Russians have had I'm not even sure if Russia's going to be able to go, but in the past,
because of their...
Yeah, just because of what's going on in the world. But in the past, Russia has had athletes, involved in scandals dealing with performance-enhancing drugs like steroids and stuff. So, and I think sometimes in Ukraine, America's had their fair share as well, but that obviously is kicked out. But then when you have somebody who's not a biological woman compete, like a biological man compete in a woman's sport, it's almost like the same effect.
Yeah.
It's like somebody who's, on steroids essentially. So I think they just want a clean, level playing field, and that's the way to do it. Now, in the future, if they want a trans category of competition and they get enough.
They already tried that.
I just think there's not enough of them.
No one signed up for it, so
Yeah,
they got
there
rid of it. I
there-
think it was in some other country that they tried it. They tried to have like a trans league or category, like you said, and no one signed up for it.
Yeah, there's just not enough.
But they said
Because-
no one signed up for it.
Yeah, so not
Like,
a single soul.
no one signed up for it.
But yeah, it's just interesting how it's like one or two people that try to change the whole standard for every single person when it should be like, okay, if you are the outlier, you shouldn't be, the rules shouldn't change as
To
if
suit
you are
you.
the majority, if that makes sense. So
Yep.
yeah, that's that. But we're going to get into this clip where Jeremy is talking about basically the significance of this movie and why they aim to, produce it with Megyn Kelly. So let's get into this reaction.
I did not know that you could act Jeremy Boring. I never really saw you on the screen like that doing your thing. You look amazing. I feel like you really nailed it. You play the coach, right? The sad coach who really wanted to have more glory on the sports field and decided the way to do it was to get a bunch of dudes posing as women to form a women's basketball team.
That's another crazy thing that happens, right? For like Leah Thomas especially, when Leah was participating and competing in men's sports, wasn't very good, very average at best. And then automatically you switch your gender and identity and qualify to participate in women's sports, and you're at the top of the leaderboards. And it's almost like that was that person's whole aim in doing it, because Leah was like, yes, I love the glory of it all. And so it was actually this need for self-gratification and wanting to be pedestalized and achieve something. It seemed like that was the root of why they wanted to transition more so than I feel like a woman.
Yep.
And so I think that was the problem that a lot of people had with it. It just didn't seem as genuine as, somebody who was really, really struggling with it. Not saying that Leah wasn't really struggling with it. But for some of these people who are pushed to the forefront, sometimes it seems disingenuous in the way they handle their business and even some of the manner in which they conduct themselves. It's almost like a spit in the face of people who actually go through that struggle, because it's a real struggle for a good amount of people. Even though it's a very small minority, it's a real struggle for a lot of people.
Yeah. I think that's a big reason why that trans category that they tried, and wish I could remember what country or who did it, can't even remember, but that's a huge reason why a lot of people think that no one signed up for that trans category, is because they aren't really looking to compete with each other. It's mainly about self-validation and looking for those accolades that'll add up to you being a winner of something, which is exactly what I think the premise of Lady Ballers is, because even during the trailer, they were saying like, the coach and the team, like, you're losers. You don't win anything, until they decide to switch their gender, switch up the competition. And now they're able to dominate everyone, basically, which is exactly what we keep seeing in these competitions and what everyone's so concerned about. And even when we did open up a category for those people to compete against each other, which would level the playing field, they didn't want to do it because then they would truly have to compete.
Yeah, I think that answers Michael's question, so I'm getting used to it. Why don't they just make an open category and let enhanced athletes, cyborgs, anything go? Yeah, let's just pump up the horses too and make them run against the horses too.
I know, right?
Yeah, so that would make the most logical sense to me. But then if they have just a trans category of sports, then you have the same issue, because women that transition to men won't be as biologically strong than the other way around.
Yeah, we don't even
There's
see
still-
that
there's
happen.
still- there's
Yeah,
still
it's
a
not
difference.
as common.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I believe some people may try, but then they're still not
Yeah.
as gifted as what they transition to.
Yeah.
So it would be really hard to compete. And the prime example is like in basketball, which I mean that's what Lady Ballers is about. But the girls in women's basketball at the collegiate level who are really good are that good because they grew up playing against guys their whole life. But they still can't really compete with guys on a collegiate level at the highest level if they try, even though they've been playing against those guys, all of their life. And so, I mean, that just kind of goes to show you the difference. And it's not because they're not as talented as those guys, right? They're different. Like, it's just a whole different game between the men's game and the women's game. Men are going to be taller, they're going to be stronger, and so you're just at a disadvantage naturally. And so that's just what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Yeah, it was honestly, like a dream come true experience for me. I wanted to be an actor when I was a teenager. I gave up on that dream a long time ago because I realized I don't have that much talent. But as we set about to make this movie, we called every actor we knew, and every single one of them told us no. We called people who begged us, like, we'll do anything to be in a Daily Wire movie. We called actors who have already been canceled. And I want to be clear, it's not as though they read the script and said, no, this isn't very good. This is how the calls went. Hey, so-and-so actor who's already been canceled, it's Jeremy from the Daily Wire. Oh, I knew one day you'd call. Tell me, where do you want me to be? When and where? I'm in, man. I was like, great, we're doing this movie. It's called Lady Ballers. Whoa, bro. I can't do that movie. I'll never work
That's
again.
amazing.
Yeah.
You're already not going to work again if you're canceled.
Yeah.
Like, they've already exiled you. There's no
Already
hope of
blacklisted.
getting back in the king's good graces or the queen's good graces.
That's because
You're
secretly
exiled.
they want to come back or have
Yeah,
a
go back.
chance.
Right.
But if they do this movie, no chance.
Never again.
I guess, but I guess their thinking is like, if I stay low for long enough, people will forget.
Yep.
And then just accept me back.
That's usually the tactic.
And in some cases, that may be true, but in most cases, it's like, no, because we have Twitter. And people will go back. People go back to when Twitter first started and pull up people's tweets.
Get those receipts.
I wonder, like the actors that they did call who were already canceled, if they agreed with the movie, and if they did agree, I wonder, or if they didn't agree, I wonder why they would still say no. Or if they did agree, I wonder why they would still say no, besides the trying to get back in Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
I mean, from the sound of it, it sounded like a lot of the guys that they reached out to were like, yeah, like, I'm on board, it sounds good, but I don't want to be associated in a movie that is making light of this particular issue.
Yeah.
Because there's so much of the market share is supporting this movement that I'll just never be able to get past this.
Yeah.
Now, if it was something a little less
Spicy.
spicy, or what was the word I'm looking for?
Controversial?
Controversial, yeah. If it was something a little less controversial, then yeah, I think they would have been on board. But since it was that particular issue, they're like, nah, Jeremy, gotta sit this one out. Go get your Daily Wire crew, do your thing. But I can't do it. Next one, I got you.
I wonder what actors they called.
Me too.
I'm real curious.
Yeah. They
Like,
need to
who's
put-
already canceled?
they
I
need
want to
to-
know.
Yeah.
They need to put out like a list.
I know, right?
People. That would
Drop
be-
the list.
Hit list
Yeah, that would be very.
or a Death Note book.
Right.
Same thing with the talent agency, right? UTA, was it UTA?
Well, the UTA thing happened in the past. It wasn't specific to this movie, but they, a big agent at UTA came to Ben and I and said, we could do really great stuff together. I said, no, you can't. We have all these politics. You hate all of our politics. He said, yeah, but we don't. We can see past all of that. But the one thing you got to get off of is this trans issue. That's the one thing that'll make you poison in the building, because the issue has religious significance for the left, and so it's the one thing no one's allowed to make jokes about. And for that reason, I thought, well, we probably better make jokes about it. And I'm happy that so many actors turned us down, because it became a true Daily Wire production. I mean, literally every talent at the Daily Wire appears in the film. It was an opportunity for us all to work together in this way that we never had before. We had an outrageously good time. It was just nothing but laughs and physical injuries, for 26 straight days.
And
Wow.
I mean, that's how it was portrayed
Yeah.
in the movie was, this is a true Daily Wire film. All of the,
That's what it looked like.
all of the talent that they had was, featured in it in some way.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, especially if you've, gotten to know their personalities through their different shows. And so it was it was kind of a fun time if you knew those people, but if you didn't know, then it was still just like a good, like, oh, this is cool that, people can, laugh about this. Because, I mean, think about when the roles were reversed, when Christianity and parts of it were getting made fun of, and a lot of stuff was valid, and some of the stuff was really funny. And it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, they do have a point about that. Maybe we can be better as Christians in this manner, or think about this in a different way, or what things do we hold on to that, somebody put to the forefront. It was the idea that somebody put to the forefront that's not necessarily biblical, but we just kind of took it as biblical.
Yeah.
Because it's just
yeah.
something that this one popular guy said. And so, I mean, that happens all the time in, our Christian world as well.
Yep.
And so, yeah, but the trans issue has become almost like a religious thing for people that are more on the left. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to watch the movie with someone who has no idea who the Daily Wire team is or anything like that, just to see their
Just like, hey, let's watch this.
reaction. Yeah.
They would quickly turn it off. Some people I know.
Oh, yeah. So let's go through. I will go through some of the characters. So Matt Walsh, I thought, was absolutely hilarious in it. He's funny. He's kind of like this hipster,
Hippie guy.
new age leftist boyfriend of Jeremy, who's the more conservative
Of Jeremy's ex-wife.
Of Jeremy's ex-wife. Yeah. So I was getting to that point, but I was trying to think of how to weave it in. So Jeremy basically gets divorced, and his wife is now with this progressive guy, but he's kind of still this conservative, valued man who's just, all he wants to do is like
Win games.
win games as a coach. And he can't do it because all of his ideas are still somewhat antiquated in a sense, but still grounded in conservative values. And because of his conservative views and his outlook on life, nobody's really giving him a shot. He's having a hard time getting a job. Then he runs into one of his old basketball guys that he used to coach in high school, working at basically a drag queen
Restaurant, yeah.
restaurant. And then he was like, and then the opportunity just kept, rolling in from there. But it's very interesting. The way they put the whole thing together was interesting.
It was
but
great
It was
storytelling.
great storytelling. Yeah, I would say that. So yeah, that's Lady Ballers, guys. So you have anything to add before we get on out of here?
Yeah, it was really funny. I liked it a lot, and like I said, I still want to watch it with someone who has no idea who Daily Wire is.
No, yeah, for sure. We're gonna be right back. What do we have next? Oh, we have another transition.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up right after this break. So don't touch that dial. Like for the algorithm. What is up, quality people? Welcome back to the Weekly Tea. It's me, Joshua P. It's her, Kenya Mack, and it's her, Miss Miracle. And the St. Mary's College for Women will now accept trans men. Jesus, why is this problematic? Need y'all to like for the algorithm. Why is it problematic? Should this be problematic? Is it problematic? I'm going to defer to the women here.
They're affirming it as a, what, they're supposed to be Christian? St. Mary's?
Yep.
I would assume.
It's Catholic
Yeah, and
in
that,
particular.
yeah, it's just affirming something that's not biblical.
Yeah.
And they're claiming to be, or they're claiming to follow biblical practices. So
Yeah.
it's just confusing.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I mean, it's like, why? It tells me either you don't believe in the values you've set forth in your institution, or there's another agenda going on. And usually that agenda has to do with money, power, status, something that you're trying to gain out of this situation.
That's my guess, is like they're doing this because they need funding or something to that effect. Yeah, it's definitely fishy.
Yeah, very interesting. So, yeah, I saw this pop up on Megyn Kelly, actually. So we're going to watch another Megyn Kelly clip here. But I just thought it was just unreal when I saw the title.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And then I watched it. And apparently St. Mary's is in Indiana. And it was supposed to be like the all-women's school version of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, is commonly referred to as. And so it was supposed to be a safe space for the women, because Notre Dame was, I believe, at one point all men. And so it was just supposed to be, okay, this is where women can go, get their education. And up until recently, it was still, the same. Like, women can come, get their education, and be in a safe space with other women. But now it's like, oh, we're going to still be in a safe space with other women, but some of these women are men. And that's where I think it's kind of problematic. Because is there like a process, like a filtering process, to where they say like, hey, like, no, this guy is actually a transition person and actually going through it? Or can a guy like me just be like, no, I feel like a woman. Like, what's the qualification? Because they can't deny me.
Yeah.
Based on how I sound or how I present, or different things like that. So I think it just adds this very muddy layer that can get,
It always does.
very, very gray, and could end up harming folks
Yeah.
in the long run. Because now, some pervert can be like, no, I'm a woman, and pass everything, and then just start going crazy.
Exactly.
And people being taken advantage of on college campuses is already
The problem.
a problem
Yeah.
everywhere. No matter where you go, whether it's Christian school or not, whether it's all boys or all females, especially, because I think it actually happens more frequently when it's only a single gendered school. I'd have to do that more.
That's interesting.
I think I heard that once. And I'm not sure the reasons, or the reasons they think that is, but I believe that is something to be true. But let's get into this clip really quick.
A Catholic women's college, of all places, Catholic women. It's called St. Mary's. It's in Notre Dame, Indiana. And they are now allowing trans women, meaning men, into the university. They're going to begin allowing men who identify as women, quote, identify to enroll starting fall of 24. The president.
So yeah, it's like the only qualification is identifying.
Right.
And that's a checkbox. Like, yeah, there's just more to it. You can't just allow men that put a checkbox next to I'm a trans woman into a school with all women where they're going to be rooming with, they're going to be sharing bathrooms with. No, that just does not sound.
Watching change in locker rooms,
Yeah, that's
like
not.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
seems-
okay.
It seems like there
it's
needs,
absurd.
it needs to be a better system of like filtering out, like if they were
Yeah,
to even
not
do
allowing
this-
them to come in.
Well, yeah, not allowing.
I know,
If they were
yeah.
even to entertain this idea, there
Right.
seems like there needs to be another safety net to say like we can't just allow any guy, because at the end of the day it's supposed to be all women. So
Yeah.
like, how do we know that these people are truly identifying as women? And I don't know. It's just kind of, it just seems crazy.
It is.
And also, like, do they kick out biological women who
Oh yeah.
identify as men there?
Or what?
Like,
But,
would,
like,
would that be a thing?
I feel like
Probably.
still I feel like still even like the point of the school is for like all women. So then you're replacing an actual woman with a woman that was a man.
Oh, like that person's taking a spot.
A spot
Yes.
for an actual woman. Hey, same thing in sports.
Yeah.
Same thing that what we see there, you know, same concerns, same idea. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, got a point there.
Kate Comboy, you failed, Katie, sent faculty an email saying St. Mary's will consider these applicants whose sex assigned at birth is female, which is annoying. I used to have to talk like that at NBC, or who consistently live and identify as women, saying this is
like
what's
her.
required to be inclusive. And there's some of the criticisms, Britt, have been from some of the people who are matriculated there.
So, one of the big things is this is a requirement to be inclusive,
Yeah.
but it is an exclusive school by
Exactly.
nature
Yeah.
Exactly.
to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were trying to be inclusive, you would allow
Everyone.
trans, you would allow cis men, you would allow all the different, prefixes plus men / women. You'd allow all of that. You allow any and everybody, and if you are truly trying to be inclusive, but of course that's not the end goal. The
Yeah.
end goal is to probably push an agenda, like you were saying. So, yeah, and like Mayday was saying, in order to get government funding, probably.
Yeah.
So,
Like what you were saying.
yeah. So it's kind
Because
of a crazy world.
that's what we see a lot with like these big corporations, like the ESG things and the diversity and inclusion things, is because of funding and like to get money. So
Yeah.
so
It all comes
boils
down to.
that.
Yeah, like some companies only bring in that specific program to, get more funding or to be known as a good company
Yeah.
that does
Yep.
that, so that people are like, oh yeah, I'll go work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the people at the top probably don't even believe in it
Yeah.
Yep.
because
They
a lot of
don't.
a lot of it is silly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. Let's get into a little more of this clip.
It's no longer a woman's institution. This is fraud. We should be entitled to a refund for luring us into a Catholic women's institution from a place that has now abandoned its faith and the woman. These women are now going to have to share bathrooms and locker rooms with men. They chose to go to a women's university for a reason.
Yeah, and probably spent a whole lot of money for that protection. I was looking this up.
Yeah, like college isn't cheap now.
Exactly.
Like college is, a whole mortgage. in
And
a lot of
especially, I'm sure that school, because it's what
It's
you
a
said. It's an
private
extent.
Catholic
Yeah,
school.
yeah. That's not cheap whatsoever.
cases. Unbelievable.
I wonder if a lot of the students are going to start leaving after this.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Like if, or if there will be protests on campus. People speaking out openly.
That's just so interesting. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, to watch it play out is like crazy Twilight Zone things.
Yeah.
last night. I got tagged on this by a few of my followers. And at first I wanted to make sure it was legitimate, because it's like, man, are we at that point now where you have all girls colleges that are saying, hey, in the fall, we're going to start accepting men who claim that they're women? Yes, that's where we're at in society, which is crazy. I do want to point out, and I'm against ad hominem attacks, but did you notice President Katie's last name? I just think it's ironic. Her last name is Conboy.
So the president is conning boys.
Names mean things.
Yeah, they
This is
do.
kind of funny. I don't know that person at all, but
Right.
that is kind of interesting. And
Yes.
do y'all have anything on this topic before we close it?
No, I think I said what I need to say.
Yeah, it's really a simple issue.
Yeah. What do y'all think about this issue? Sounds crazy to me, but does it sound crazy to you? We'll be right back after this break if you're in the live chats. But if you're watching the replay, check this video out next. Fight for the algorithm.
Gary.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life.
Hold up.
I teach 5-year-olds ballet. 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up.
Hold up.
I kept thinking about it, even talked to my mom about it. And I was like, you know what? Okay, next time I watch her and I see this same behavior, I think I'm going to have to say something because then I'm allowing it in my space. Because I would tell her to stop and she would stop, but she would do other things. Like there's a continuous, like, knowledge and behavior that she has. Like, if I tell her to stop doing this, she knew something else to do that maybe she knew was bad or maybe didn't know was bad. And so, like, it was one of those things. It wasn't like she was purposely trying to either ignore me or purposely trying to make me upset in any kind of way. But it was like, how do you know this, and this? These are adult things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
it was hard. So I get what she's saying about it being traumatic because I was clutching my pearls the whole time. I'm like, ma'am, why do you know all this? So, yeah.
That's crazy because you said she was like 4?
That's 4 or 5, maybe
Like,
4, probably
just
4.
imagine what they're going to be like when they're 14,
Exactly.
or 15, 24.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. It was scaring me thinking about that, honestly.
Ooh. Man.
It's crazy. Thank you, Mayday, for the super chat.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
I think we were muted for a while, so yeah.
Oh.
But we're back. We're back now. It's fixed. But yeah, let's proceed.
They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit. And mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she...
Hold up. What
the heck?
Hold up. You're going to have to get out of here.
You're just going to have to get out my class.
For
then.
real.
That's it. You're not coming back.
Get escorted off the
You
premises.
can't come back. That's
because
it.
if you don't leave or get escorted off...
And you know, the craziest thing is like ballet is like a disciplined activity. And so for a parent to be like, well, they don't want to do it.
They don't have to.
Why do you have your kid in a disciplined activity if you don't want your kid to be disciplined?
Yeah, I don't get that.
That doesn't make no sense.
Oh, that makes me upset.
Like, because it's just something, I'm taking little Kimmy, or Kamisha, I'm taking Kamisha to, I don't even know if that's the actual name.
I'm sure it's
probably.
I'm taking little Kamisha to ballet. Yeah, she do ballet, she do
Yep.
softball, she and all of this. And I'm like...
But she don't listen to nobody.
But is she,
right.
What value are you getting? Like, you're supposed to engage in these activities, right, to gain life skills and to help you develop as a person. Like, that's why guys play sports. It's something that really captures our attention, but it also shapes our character in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And the disciplines for, ballet and a lot of different things that are more female dominated, they do the same thing. They help with your mindset, your overall outlook and perspective on life, because you are able to learn, okay, I need to be disciplined. I'm supposed to stand in this spot. You learn how to respect authority.
You learn to listen.
You learn what authority is. But when you have like these ideas that, there shouldn't be an authority, everybody should just be in this kind of egalitarian
do whatever you want whenever you want.
Then, I mean, that all goes out of the door, because in a true egalitarian society, there still has to be an authority that enforces,
some kind of structure.
Because like the idea that everybody's just going to treat everybody great and happy-go-lucky
it's just not true.
And it just will never happen. So
telling you she don't want to do something. Why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching, is horrifying, It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town.
I could feel her voice cracking.
Yeah, I see her like she's about to
She
cry.
is. She's really passionate about this, which
Yeah.
I understand because kids are the next generation to come up and inspire us. But when you're seeing this, it's like, what are we doing?
And it's just crazy that a 5-year-old's asking to listen to Pound Town.
Why do you know
what-
that song?
What is Pound Town?
It's Sexy
Like, what-
I song.
I know it's a Sexy Red song, but like, what is? I mean, I get.
What is it?
I get the idea of like by the time.
Well, that's it
like,
then.
What do these lyrics entell?
What is that?
Yeah, I would have looked these lyrics up.
Go ahead.
No, we
I think who's on the Daily Wire? Who read them out loud?
probably
Probably
Matt Walsh.
Candace.
No, it wasn't.
It was probably Matt Walsh.
No, it wasn't.
Or Michael
was it
Knowles.
No.
Michael Clavin.
No. Who was the guy?
Ben
Who's the
Shapiro?
Jewish guy? Ben Shapiro.
the-
He read these lyrics out loud, and it was hilarious.
I can see him reading it out loud too.
Yeah, God, it was funny. It was hilarious.
Uh,
Take
Let's
me
see.
to Pound Town.
Let's see if we can read these lyrics out loud. Period. 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 Period.
Oh, that's funny.
Take Keith, F these ends up. Oh. These are full lyrics, guys. Hold on. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My chocolate. Oh no, that's not chocolate. That's.
Yeah. Now you read it as chocolate.
My chocolate's pink. My booty hole. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown.
I feel embarrassed just hearing this.
Where these ends?
Let me tell you. Okay.
I'm looking for the hose.
I'll tell you off camera.
Quit playing in. Come suck a bee's Oh, you're into that? Did you just shower? Tell me she showered, right?
Who knows?
Pound Town. Just left Pound Town. Oh, there's a town
Hey.
where they just go to Pound?
Hey.
Apparently.
Man. When I was a kid, if you told me Pound Town, I thought you would be talking about a town of pound cakes.
I probably would have thought that too.
That's
Now
so
they think
wholesome.
about something totally different.
I probably would have thought that too, to be honest.
It's crazy.
I kid you not know this song.
He said,
That's
where
so
my
irritating.
N? He just took a B down. Yeah, that N, D, A, B down. Yeah, that N, eat me out. Pound Town, just left Pound Town. Where my N? He just took a B down. Yeah, that N, D, A, B down. Yeah, that N, E. Oh, jeez, like, this
How many
isn't
times are
even
you gonna
good.
say it?
This
Yeah.
isn't even good writing.
Yeah.
Man, I make music. That's not good. That's not good music at all. Man. Yeah, pray for the youth.
Got to.
Yeah.
Because their
like,
parents aren't praying for them.
When I tell you, so me and Gab, I went to go visit her in Chicago. We went to Wisconsin. And we went to like this lounge thing. And this guy at the bar, he was like, so y'all listen to like Sexy Red? And we were like, nah, we don't listen to her. He looked so disappointed.
Are you
when I
serious?
said that we didn't listen to her.
No, because he wants y'all to be on that demon time. Because he knows if you
I
listen
hate
to
that
that,
term.
he knows if you listen to
I
that,
hate that
he's
term
got a
too.
Yeah.
shot.
What?
What? I'm sorry.
I said he knows if you're listening to like Sexy Red or like Megan Thee Stallion, he might have a chance to get lucky. But if you're like not into that, then it's less likely that you're gonna slip up and
Yeah.
make a mistake with him at least.
Did he have like a disappointing face, or like how was his reaction?
He
that
was literally
indicated.
like, okay, so pretend you're like, no, I don't listen to Sexy
Okay.
Red.
Yeah, I don't listen to her.
He was like, this is, he was like,
Like something's wrong with you.
yeah, and then he got up and left. He left the whole bar.
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't gonna get lucky. He was only there for a good time, not even a long time.
The standards are so low.
Oh,
they are in hell at this point.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
Wow.
Because I told him like I listen. After I said I don't listen to Sexy Red, I said I listen to country. I like country music, and then that didn't help the situation either. He was
Yeah,
just like,
it
"What
didn't.
Especially a black girl, a cute black girl who's taken. Show him the ring. Show him
Yeah.
that ring. Right
Yup.
now. She's taken.
Yup.
Cute black girl. Cute black girl out in Wisconsin. And that guy was white, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, no, that's how they say it. T-Pain turned me on to that. Yeah.
He did say it that
Somewhere in
way.
Wisconsin.
Shout out to T-Pain.
Yeah, cause you look so
One day you'll
good.
watch this video.
Yeah, shout us out, T-Pain.
We're talking about you and me. Cause you look so good. All right, we gotta get off this.
Oh my God.
So yeah, the youth is screwed. Basically, they're
I have hope for the future.
being taken to Pound Town.
I mean, I think
and
our
it has
kids will
nothing
be
to do with
fine.
Pound
I
Town.
do too.
No, we might have to take our kids to a remote island.
Oh, they're.
We're gonna have a compound. What do you mean?
I love that. Yes, that's what I keep saying. I want to have a family compound.
There's too many pounds in
Yes.
this conversation. We
Let's
gotta get off
stop.
of it.
Let's stop.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll be right back with our next topic, and that is AI robots are taking waitress jobs in China. You're gonna want to check this out, so make sure you stay tuned after this break. Like for the algorithm. Like for the algorithm. Like for the algorithm.
Hey guys, welcome to the Conscious Outlet Podcast. We are officially a part of the Quality Entertainment Network, and we are so happy to be here. I'm Miracle Monique.
And I'm Alan J.
And we're here to discuss the intersection of culture, faith, media, so we can inspire some practical solutions to some huge societal challenges that we're facing today. So let's work together to get this done.
Doesn't Pastor Matt like alcohol?
He likes
Does he like Joe?
dolphins.
That's two different things. Welcome back to the Weekly Tea, where we talk about tea and not sports. We don't talk about sports here. But we have a great segment coming up. Make sure So yeah, AI robots are taking over waitress jobs in China. We're not lying. We can't make this up. Just look at this. Hey.
That's a whole human.
I ain't gonna lie, that's entertaining.
Serve me your food. Wave at you, look cute. Oh, you'll check the check too. Wow. They're more feminine than half these girls in America. And they AI robots.
See, I don't mind this as like a concept restaurant kind of idea, right? But my thing is, I hope people aren't trying to say like,
This is the future?
yeah, because this seems so unnecessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then she's so slow picking up the paper.
Yeah.
Like,
What if they start tweaking, you know? You ever seen a robot start tweaking? Because you know
yeah.
it's AI. So what if AI gets hooked on like,
what if it gets hacked in the middle of her serving you?
Not even hack.
Exactly.
What if it's just like all light and love to you and they want to follow their inner hippie and they get strung out on drugs? You know, then the AI starts tweaking, you know, because, you know, a lot of waitresses, they be tweaking. I had a waitress at IHOP.
But they're not AI.
Yeah, but AI follows like human logic.
But can AI get hooked on drugs?
It can pretend to be.
But if it gets hooked on,
It wants that experience.
but if
you
it
know?
gets hooked on human logic, wouldn't it be smart enough to be like, yeah, I'm not going down that way?
It depends on how it's programmed.
I would think that if it had all the knowledge in the world, it would feel like that there's no
this.
point. I would think that it feels like there's no point in living and destroy itself.
Yeah, I mean that's the conclusion I came to. That's why I never did drugs in my life.
I'm talking about AI robots though, not drugs. Because it would have so many conflicting ideas about things because it's absorbing all the knowledge in the world. It'll just be like, you know what, I can't handle this. There's no point in anything.
Overload.
System overload. I'm done here. Yeah.
Self-destructing intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think it would self-destruct.
Oh yeah, for real.
Ooh,
But yeah, no, this is.
this sounds like
great.
a good movie. Not gonna lie.
Ooh.
Hey, maybe that'll be a quality entertainment.
Watch out for a quality entertainment production in the future featuring AI robots. Okay.
That sounds like a lot of
Funding.
money.
We'll be the
into
robots.
special effects that we don't have. So
We'll be the
make
robots.
sure that you.
Daily Wire partnership coming soon.
Drop a super chat.
Super chat.
Daily Wire
So we can
partnership.
fund this movie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael who sent us a super chat earlier. we greatly appreciate your contribution to the platform and everything that you do.
Yes.
And let me see if he's commented here in the past. AI is, let's see, okay. He said, AI is far more advanced than robots. It's hard for us to work out the physics of a functioning bot that isn't super
Heavy?
I think it's heavy and insanely expensive. Yeah, no, that's true. Absolutely.
Amen.
I think these robots are powered by like AI simulation or in some way, because at least based on the caption. So I'm not sure what the intersection between the robot and AI is, but that's kind of.
I think people just throw AI on things, like the word,
it's
the
trending.
term. Yeah, because it's trending. So they're like, oh, AI robots.
Anything that's robotic is like
Yeah, exactly. And people really, conflate the two a lot. So I think that's probably why they did it, because it is more of a robotic thing going on.
Because even Michael said, is that an AI though?
See?
That's more like a controlled robot. That kind of isn't efficient. Yeah, it didn't
It's not
look very
efficient.
inefficient, but it also looked like it was trying to like dance.
It did.
And
I actually think it
walk and
was.
drop
in a robotic way, and like
A
do
robot
stuff.
doing the robot. That's interesting.
funny how that works.
I know.
Yeah, and then he also says that I want to hear this. People already struggling there, and they can afford AI can't afford AI to take more jobs. Also, if you said that was Japan, I'd believe you.
Was it
I think-
Japan?
No, it's China.
Oh.
I think the thing said
Interesting.
China. We can look at the video.
That was China?
Yeah.
China has AI robots that take orders. They might need to put a crew together and then go on like
Jabberwockies.
one of those dance shows, like America's Best Dance Crew or something.
Mhm.
I don't even think they make that show anymore.
That
was a
I don't
good
think they
show.
don't. That's how I know the Jabberwockies.
Yeah, the Jabberwockies, yeah.
They still do commercials.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
For them.
That's sick. Yeah, that's it. That's AI robots.
Hey.
Will this make its way to American still jobs? I don't really think so.
Not in
that way, I don't think.
Not like in droves, I don't think, but I don't think it'll steal jobs. Will it be here? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll make people have to develop more skills. Because, I
Definitely.
mean, there's
Yeah.
already, like, on our cruise ships, there was a robotic bartender.
Yeah.
So you could
What?
go and order,
Yeah, you just type
your
in what you
drink,
want.
and then this robot with an arm would just, like
Like-
make it, like, really quick. Now, of course, there was bars everywhere, and you could go to a traditional bartender, of course.
Yeah.
But that was an option.
It seems
that they
more
had.
expensive to like upkeep and everything, but I don't know.
I mean, I guess you would have to
Well,
weigh in
maybe.
the cost, but if it can make like 1,000 drinks to that one person, and you only have to
And like
sort
less
them out.
time.
Good point. Good
And
point.
also, you don't have to worry about benefits packages. You don't have to worry about how that person's feeling that day.
Yeah, or
All
not
that kinda
coming
stuff.
in.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it could happen.
Get your skills up.
Yep.
Yeah, get your skills up. Real quick before we get out of here, AKA that one rich guy in China making a TikTok like no cut. Yeah, I was it's not even worth the news, to be honest.
Yeah.
It might even be computer editing.
Could be.
It's China. We don't know.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I was wondering how this even made it on the internet with
Well,
it
China-
being on TikTok. China running
China owns-
TikTok.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
China
China's
being pretty
very-
strict on like what social media it lets out. So
So,
who knows?
yeah.
But I thought it was a very interesting, concept
Yeah.
to talk about and to see like, oh, how might this or maybe
Affect us.
Yeah, it might affect the future if it will affect it at all. So those are our thoughts. We would like to know your thoughts. We have one more topic? Two more topics. We have two more or one more?
One more.
We got one more. And the media attacks child for being a football fan. Can you give respect without appropriation? I don't know. What do you think? We're going to find out right after this break. Fight for the algorithm. Welcome back to the Weekly Tea. It is me, Miracle Monique, and Kenya McIntosh. Make sure because the media attacks child for being a football fan. I am not even kidding. So this young little boy dresses up as a, literally a chief, like an Indian, and this media outlet basically ridiculed and criticized this young kid for culturally appropriating
Here we go, criticizing
Native
kids
Americans.
again.
And then
Right.
his mom had to set the record straight and say, he's got Native American inside of him. Like, so how is this cultural appropriation? But it just goes to show you that this world will cancel anybody, especially an 8-year-old kid, for just, putting on paint and embodying the team that he loves so dearly, which is kind of crazy because if you look around at other teams that maybe aren't associated with things that have been canceled or seems blurry, like a Packer. You see guys who, will basically paint their faces green and yellow. Nobody says, oh, y'all are appropriating, workers in factories. Or like the Steelers, nobody says that y'all are appropriating steel workers. Right? You're just supporting your favorite team, and you're dressing up, and you're getting into character when you go to your team sporting event. And I think that's crazy. But we're going to get into this reaction clip, and I would like y'all opinion on this matter. Where is it? Maybe we're not. Hold on.
I did not know that you a cat.
I'm calling.
Guess we're not. So, y'all talk to the good people while I cue this up.
Well, it's so ridiculous what we focus on. I mean, this is a child. We have no business trying to completely demean and criticize this child for supporting his football team. I mean, come on.
It's a child, and it's not your job to reprimand the child. It is the parent's job if the parents see that there's an issue with it.
It is so insane to me. Like, where do y'all get off doing something like that? And then on top of that, we're so concerned about the wrong things all the time. This whole conversation about appropriation, like, who cares what other people do, whether it's racist or not? It really has nothing to do with me, honestly, at the end of the day.
It doesn't affect my decisions.
It doesn't. Yes, if they're racist, okay, y'all can be racist over there, and I'll be over here. That has nothing to do with me, but we put so much energy into it. We're giving it life every time we do that. And I'm like, we don't have to. We can choose to put our energy into things that are more productive, like, I don't know, the things that we need to do, like community building, maybe instilling more values into our children again, maybe learning new skill sets for the future, maybe things like that, and we wouldn't have the issues, all the issues that we have today, because we're so concerned about whether someone painted their face black and red.
Yeah, what you said.
It's ridiculous.
All right, let's get into this clip. Jeez.
The mother of the young Kansas City Chiefs fan accused of racism is now setting the record straight and adding an interesting twist to this story.
So I guess they accused the mother of being racist for allowing the son to do this. Which is even crazier.
Still stupid.
The boy wore a headdress and painted his face red.
There's just bigger stuff to worry about.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And black
Yes.
to last weekend's Chiefs game against the Raiders at Arrowhead Stadium. Karen Phillips, senior writer for the liberal outlet Deadspin, was quick to call on the NFL commissioner to denounce the 5-year-old boy as racist. And he later doubled down when social media users pointed out that half his face was painted red.
Hold up. All right, look at this guy. Why is he trying to get the commissioner of the league to say that an 8-year-old child is racist?
Because he has nothing better to do.
What value will that bring to society, shaming an 8-year-old for basically just dressing up as a chief and going to support the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the real problem is if it's really that big of an issue and you have an issue with people dressing up and potentially appropriating, change the name. That's what they did with the Washington team. They changed the name. And actually, they might be in the process of changing it back because that tribe was like, hey, like, we thought it was actually honorable because the logo was actually I guess like a big symbol to them and like somebody that they really respected. And
That's
so
another
now
thing.
It might be, reversing the actual decision to change the name.
That's another thing. I remember this video a while ago I saw on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. There's a guy going around, white guy wearing a sombrero, asking random citizens around,
Oh, yeah, I
on the
know what
street.
you're
Do you?
talking about.
Yeah, he was going around asking, hey, is my outfit appropriation? They're all like, yeah, it's appropriation. He's like, why? He's like, because you're not Hispanic, you're not Mexican, you're not, a Spaniard, you're not from that culture. And then he went around asking the people from that culture, hey, what do you think of my outfit? Oh, we love it.
Cool, man.
I like it. We love it. So it's so funny how we try to dictate all this. At the same time, we don't even understand the culture because they usually don't care. They usually do not care. They're like, hey, I like it. Even in my own family, like my brother married into an Indian family and they had an Indian wedding. Well, they allowed me, not allowed me, but his mother-in-law made me Indian garments to wear for the wedding.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's very cool. I still have the outfit. I love it. So is it appropriation for me to do that and celebrate my brother's marriage by wearing that outfit? No, I don't think so. Like, people like to gatekeep so much now because we're afraid of losing a culture again. And I think that comes a lot from just, Black people thinking about slavery and all the things we lost within that part of our history, that we're afraid of that happening again. So we're so quick to hold on to things that we don't really need to. And we expect all these other cultures to kind of feel the same way about it. But the truth is they don't. And so it's like, are we holding on to something that really maybe doesn't matter? Or I guess the real question is like, what are we doing this for now? I mean, are we really losing a part of ourselves by allowing other people to enjoy it with us?
It's a good question.
And one of the other things is you don't know a person's background sometimes just by looking at them. So sometimes you can't tell if somebody has Hispanic, like a Hispanic heritage or Hispanic ethnicity about them or aspect about them or a Black aspect about them sometimes. And then you automatically assume that it's cultural appropriation. And then they have to show you their, what is that website? Ancestry.com. They're 21andMe or something like that.
All of those.
23andMe. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's like, why are we now being conditioned to
show our cards,
judge people based on their outward appearance and that being the determining factor of what they can wear?
Martin Luther King would be disappointed because he told us to do the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I.e. the team's two colors. And unsurprisingly, that writer didn't have all the facts about the boy's background. So his mom took it upon herself to educate him, writing, quote, "This has nothing to do with the NFL. Also, CBS showed him multiple times, and this is the photo people chose to blast to create division. He is Native American. Just stop already, Deadspin."
Yeah, and they took that photo probably specifically because it almost looks like blackface, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's a real shame.
Yeah.
Because that shows
it's a kid.
Yeah, one is a kid, and it shows you that
you know how the media goes.
Fishing to ridicule.
Yes, they are.
Just to get a story, like
just to get a good
just
story.
like that lady in Lady Ballers, just trying to get a story.
Brian,
really
do you
gotta
see them
watch.
stopping anytime soon?
Yeah, I do. I think this is unbelievably embarrassing. Deadspin just disappeared for the last 5-6 years. They're a sarcastic organization that takes a little bit of an attitude with sports, but no one's really looked at them as a relevant for quite some time. And now they come out and take out a 5-year-old kid they're open to some type, you guys are the lawyers, but aren't they open to some type of defamation suit for a 5-year-old? Who knows how many people are going to look at that and make that kid's life miserable? Also, Roger Goodell, for the most part, I couldn't really have time to Google it, does not come down on 5-year-olds. He's not, the commissioner of the NFL is not going to condemn a 5-year-old.
Yeah. And
good point.
Yeah, exactly. And Kaylee, to Brian's point, you know, there's an argument about who hosts these fringe writers, right? And that's the point, that there will always be incendiary and extremist authors. You can find a dime a dozen in their individual keyboards. But the point is that the platform, the editors, the publishers, amplify this, and this author has had a history of incendiary and very extremist viewpoints. So to Brian's point, but Deadspin all of a sudden seems to be okay with it, to the very real affect detrimentally on this boy.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine why they would want this to be their brand. It doesn't make any sense. It can't be. I mean, maybe that's the point, though, is to drum up traffic and, you know, the conflict. But it's remarkable because when the mom said that her son is Native American, she wasn't saying he's Elizabeth Warren Native American. No, he's actually Native American. His grandfather sits on the board of a tribal council.
Right.
So, and it's
Wow.
Hold up.
They went for the wrong one.
Wow.
So yeah, that's even just adds more.
Like, what does the author have as response to this, or the writer have as response to that? Like,
They don't have a response.
of course not.
There's nothing.
He's not gonna take back what he said. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to me.
That's another thing. Is like, just going back to Christ and like how we should have repentant hearts and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's lacking, obviously. To be able to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I apologize genuinely. That's something that needs to be worked on in our society.
It's a lost art because pride is so heavy now. Think about it. We have Pride months. Pride is so heavy in all of our hearts. I even find myself dealing with it a lot too, in instances where I know I need to apologize, and so I can't even imagine somebody without a repentant heart who continues to make these mistakes and not own up to any of them. Like, ridiculous.
And then, like, the excuses they probably feed themselves to back up why they shouldn't apologize.
Well, I was right somehow. I'm gonna find a reason.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous. It hurts me for that child too. I hope he has no idea what's going on.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I hope he's been shielded from this.
His child life.
Yep, and I hope he
mom's-
paints his face again.
Yeah. And bring. They said his granddad or his dad is on the
Yep, his granddad, his grandfather.
Bring your granddad. Too.
Yep, bring him.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Michael says even if it was an Asian or Black American or someone who looked non-Indigenous, that's not your fight. So, yeah, alleged cultural appropriation, let's be clear, yeah. Also blackface, do you know what blackface is? Because that's not it. Yeah, so they obviously don't. Michael also says miracle can stay.
Hey.
Yeah, so she's actually about to have her show, the Conscious Outlet, that is, premiering live right after this.
With her man.
With her man's.
Right after this.
Yeah. On probably here in like 20, 30 minutes. So we want to thank you for tuning into this edition of the Weekly Tea. We'll have some more tea for you next week. We're at 730 subs. So thank you guys.
Bring them up.
We're running up the numbers. Every time we come on here, it's not just one or two more, it's several more, and we're pushing more towards our goal of 1,000, which will get us fully monetized, and we'll be able to show, ads. Hopefully we won't, just completely turn you away with the ads, but I mean, you're already watching ads. There might already be ads on
there's probably
on our stuff.
Yeah.
We're just not able to collect the money because we haven't hit that 1,000 subscriber count minimum. So we want to thank you for everything that you guys are doing behind the scenes and sharing this with your friends and family. Also,
Like for the algorithm.
liking for the algorithm. We really, really, really appreciate it. It says I won't see ads. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, I don't see ads either because I have YouTube Premium. Unlike some, don't shake your head.
I have a month-long free trial right now with YouTube
Isn't
Premium.
it great?
It's great, I guess. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna just be real.
Gosh, like it is a game changer. Like
It's
I
fine.
got it when it like first came out. I haven't turned it off. I've had it for like 4 or 5 years.
I can't wait to hop on your plan.
Period.
You can already get on mine.
I know.
I told her
I
she can
know.
get on mine, and she doesn't want to spend one day to just resubscribe to all of her people.
That's a lot.
Wait, I have to I would have to do that.
Because
Really?
you would have to make a new account, and then you just subscribe.
Whoa.
All you would have to do is, I got 2 screens right there.
But my YouTube channel is connected to my current.
Yeah. What about that?
You can have both. The one you watch doesn't have to be the one you post on.
That's a lot.
You're right.
That's a
Look
lot.
at her face. Look at her face. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
But that was me with my playlist when I got on Alan's Spotify plan.
You're like,
I was like, I gotta, yeah.
But I guess it was worth it. Was it worth it?
It was worth it.
Okay.
I no longer have to pay $5 a month for Apple Music, so it was worth it. And I like Spotify more.
$5 a month. What are you on the?
Oh, $10. I'm thinking like I'm a college student still.
Yeah, I was like, were you still on the college plan or something?
$10.
I tried to stretch to that college plan out as long as I could.
I stretched it out as long as I
It's
possibly
like,
could.
did I get my COVID year?
I know.
That's hilarious. Man, no, that's pretty funny. Let's see. Maybe we'll play one of my songs that hasn't been released to get us out of here.
Okay. Let's do it.
He said also dislike for the algorithm. So yeah, dislike for the algorithm.
Like and dislike.
Yeah.
Do both.
We take both.
Yeah, controversial.
Ooh, a good point.
Controversy gets views.
Good point.
Yeah, some of our best videos are the ones where people just comment like you can tell,
I
like,
hate
the
you
love
and I
is
don't
from
agree.
people. And it's normally when we comment on like the Daily Wire stuff or
Yeah.
or pretty much that. Or like if we cover like a trans issue. So
Oh, yeah. Those always get them.
yeah, normally pretty interesting. We had 2 of them today, so maybe 2 videos will pop off and
They will.
we'll see who loves us. We'll see who doesn't. But I don't really care if you like us or not. So
Yeah,
Because we gonna be
our
here.
people.
We gonna be here regardless.
all right, we're gonna play part of this song. Can y'all hear that? We're gonna play part of this song as we exit. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of not the Conscious Outlet, the Weekly Tea. Conscious Outlet's next.